Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I'm joined here with my mum, and today I'm going to be asking my mum questions you're too afraid to ask. Now recently there has been a big trend on YouTube where it's like girls ask guys questions they're too afraid to ask, and basically just ask them a load of really in-depth personal questions that girls really want to know about guys. I thought this would be fun to put a little spin on it and basically ask my mum questions that you guys have sent in that you really want to ask your parents but you're a little bit too afraid to ask, because I know my mum will be completely open and honest with you guys, and every time I have a problem or I have a question I will just go and ask my mum. So I thought this would be a really fun video and hopefully it will help some of you. Like I said, I went onto Instagram and I asked you guys for some questions. I've probably got about 20 or 30, but a lot of them were the same, so we're just going to go through a couple and see what mum answers. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you do, please smash a huge thumbs up, and other than that, let's get started. The first question, I guess I could ask you this as well and you can answer as if I was asking you it. Have you ever disliked any of my photos on my social media?
Yes.
Okay, which ones and why?
As your mum, dislike the ones that are too revealing.
Okay.
But that's because I'm your mum.
Yeah.
You're a beautiful girl, beautiful figure and all the rest of it, but it's a mum thing.
Yeah. That
you just don't like your children to be showing too much. Well, that's how I am.
Well, that's how you are, yeah.
Not every mum. Disliked them is a little bit too strong, really.
Yeah.
But then you know that I've said to you when I've seen some of them, haven't I?
Yeah,
before
you have
put them up,
before.
I've said,
yeah.
I've gone like, ooh, you know,
yeah.
And that's just how I am. In answer to that, I haven't disliked any photos because all your photos are beautiful. But there's some where I prefer to see you showing less skin.
The next one, now a lot of people actually ask this,
yeah.
And I guess it's a question that I never really asked you and I more went out and got it myself.
Okay.
But how do I ask my mum for a thong? A lot of people ask me that question and I never really thought about that because I don't think I ever asked you.
Never.
Like I just don't remember asking you that.
Never.
But
you never did.
A lot of people were asking that
really?
question. Yeah. It was how do I ask my mum for a thong?
To go and buy me a thong?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. They're probably at that age. Does it say their age?
No, I can't tell their age, but obviously they're getting older, and they maybe
want to wear something different. So being used to wearing like not little girls' knickers, but
like you know, you've gone from the knickers of the Disney princesses on to like boxer type briefy knickers.
Yeah, you want to wear something a little bit more grown up. Anastasia never did say to me, "Mum."
I don't think I ever. I just never asked you, did I? It just happened. I guess I just went and bought it myself.
Yeah, when
I wanted it.
It wasn't, it just, I know it's never been an issue. Never. This is a bit, but how can you say, Mum, I want to start wearing different knickers? That even sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? Just probably next time you're out shopping with your mum.
Just like drop it into conversation.
Yeah. Well, if you want a shopping trip, probably your mum's buying your new underwear at that point, then just say, oh look, Mum, I like these. And hold them up. Yeah. Or say, oh Mum, I'd like to try some of these. I'd like to wear some of these. Yeah. That's the only thing I can think of.
I completely understand it because I think I changed. Like obviously we all start off with wearing like Disney princess knickers and whatever, and then you change into like patterned type ones. I think I started to get mine when like I used to go shopping with my friends and I was like 14, 15. I'd go to Primark.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
And they was like they're £1, weren't they? It was like £5 for £5 or something
and
like that.
Then you'd start going to Victoria's Secret.
And then I started going to Victoria's Secret.
Yeah.
And I feel like, so that was more something I did myself. But yeah, if you want to say to your mum, just go shopping with her.
If you're at that age where your mum is buying you underwear, then say, Mum, oh, I like these. Yeah. If you're of that age where, you know, you have a bit of your own money to spend that your mum gives you, or you earn some money, then surely, you know, maybe just go and buy a pair. I mean, I never told you when I was wearing a thong. I just don't think it, like, I don't think I needed to tell you. Not at all. So, like, you didn't need to tell me. No, I don't think, honestly, I can say as a mum, I honestly don't think your mum will, like, think it's that big of a deal, honestly. No, I think you're thinking about it a lot more. You're probably thinking about it too much, and I think your mum will just say, yeah, sure. Honestly, I can't see a mum having a problem. Unless neither can I. You're incredibly young. This was another really, really big one as well, and again, this is a conversation that I've never really had with you, just because I've never really wanted to go on it, but advice for asking to go on the pill, or they want to go, they want some sort of sexual contraception, or tell my mum that I want to go on that, because obviously that's a big thing. It's like, a huge thing. It's a huge thing, and you know, like, it's important. It's one of the most important things. People are sexually active, and it's getting a lot younger nowadays, and it is so important. So important. So what would you say? Yeah, no, you know, I think mum's worst fear as their child gets like towards that age, you really do not want your child to have a pregnancy early in life. You just don't. It's not what you want for your child. It's really important, and I was always quite big on that with you. Always have been that.
Yeah, you've always been, of course, you've always been big on it with me, but like I never had the conversation with you of, can I go on the pill? But that's just because I didn't want to go on the pill.
No, it's so important. If you compare that to like a thong, you know, it's so important. You've really just got to bite the bullet, and you've got to have that conversation with your mum or whoever, your carer
or your dad.
Yeah, like, it could even be your dad. You know, there's lots of single dads out there.
Yeah, of course.
You know, so whoever is your main carer, you have got to bite the bullet, and you have got to have that conversation, because it is so important. No matter how embarrassed you feel, you've just got to go through that embarrassment for 5 minutes and have that conversation.
Yeah,
it's so important.
Because once you've done it, you've done it.
Because you've got sexual diseases, and you've also got risk of pregnancy.
Do you think it's okay to lose your virginity before 16? And this was a lot of people's questions.
Yeah,
as well.
I'm sure it was. Actually, no, I don't. But then that's my point of view. Again, everyone's different.
Well, you never really, again, but we never really had that conversation of like, you never told me you can't have sex before you're 16. You never once told me that.
No, because at the end of the day, you're going to go off and do what you want to do anyway.
I just feel like the more stricter you were with me, the more rebellious I was going to be. So the fact that you were quite a laid-back parent, in that sense, I did things at my own pace, whereas I feel like if you were more strict with me, I'd get that more rebellious side of me to be like, oh, I want to do it because you said I can't. I feel like that's what would happen if you said that to me.
I mean, Anastasia, for example, has always had a really mature and sensible head on her shoulders anyway.
Yeah.
When she was growing up and like, you know, 13, 14 or whatever, in that respect, I sort of always knew that she would make the right decision on things. That's the only way I can explain it.
I guess like in my head back then, I had no interest in having sex anyway.
No, it wasn't.
Like, I never was like in a relationship. I never really had boyfriends.
You were interested in YouTube? You were...
I don't know, like, yeah, but it doesn't mean I didn't have interest in boys, because I still did, but like, because I lost my virginity at 16, so I lost mine at like the age that, you know, 16.
Yeah.
I personally, I think it's everyone's personal choice. My personal thing. I don't think you can say. I just think it's like personal preference.
I think, you know, the law is there for a reason.
The law is there because I don't want pregnancies under 16.
Yeah, but the law,
of course.
at the end of the day, I feel really strongly about that. That no, do I think anyone should be having sex under the age of 16? Definitely not. How do I tell my parents that I'm bi, lesbian or gay? And I think really that would be one of the hardest conversations to have with your parents. Yeah, it must be.
Because nowadays it is so much more openly accepted, and I'm so happy about that, because I know that so many people have struggled like an inside battle. For instance, Philip Schofield was recently
I was just about to say
come out as gay, and obviously he's how old? 50 something? I don't know. And you don't know how long he was battling with that. Thank God we're in a day and age where it is openly accepted. But as a child, telling your parent that, okay, I think I'm bi or I think I'm gay, I can completely understand why that would be one of the hardest conversations, especially, well, obviously it depends on your parents' views on it, but either way, like, that is still going to be such an incredibly hard conversation. What would you say to people then, how to go about it?
It's like something I've never had any experience with, so it's really hard. But I think if you don't want it to like eat you up and destroy you, surely you've just got to tell who you want to tell. Like you say, Philip Schofield. I mean, that is slightly different though. That is different because he's married, so it wasn't his parents he was worried about telling, it was his children and his wife. So we can't really bring that into it. But I think if you're young, you want to tell your parents. You're just going to be afraid of how they're going to react. You're going to be afraid of their reaction. That's what you're scared of. You're afraid of their reaction. I think you don't want them to reject you. But I don't think, like, they're your parents. Like, they're going to love you for who you are. Definitely. Like, 1,000,000%. It doesn't matter if you're straight, you're bi, you're lesbian, whatever you want to class yourself as, they are going to love you either way. All I know is if Anastasia had have come to me, or if she still did, and said she was a lesbian, I said, oh, right, okay, yeah. You know, to be honest with you, it's my choice. It's her choice, and to be honest, but then I'm very laid back anyway. You will love your child regardless of their sexual orientation. Of course you would, because like, they're still the same. They're still the same person. Like, they're still, they're still the same person. It's just so I can't So I'm a mum, and I'd say that would be my reaction. And I get
parents have different views and parents can be really, really strict. I completely,
so that would make it even harder,
which makes it so much harder. Yeah, and I could like only imagine.
I mean, that must be terrible.
The pain that some people would feel because they're so terrified of telling their parents, and it's just awful. And I don't even know how to go.
Honestly, to be honest, Anna, I don't even think it's a subject we can give really like strong advice on, because it's so personal. It's so individual.
Personal. Yeah, I think everyone has an individual journey with it. Yeah. So I just feel like when you feel like the time is right and you feel comfortable enough to tell your parents or tell someone, then tell someone.
Yeah, that's all you can say. I think it's it's tricky, that one.
The next one is a bit more light-hearted. It's how do you tell your parents you've got a boyfriend or girlfriend? Well, the thing is, I've never
tell them.
Well, but the thing is, I've never had a boyfriend, so I've never had to tell you. But then if I go on dates and stuff, I'm always like, oh, I'm talking to this boy.
Or like, most of the time you do, but not all the time.
No, I do a lot, Mum. I do every time. I do.
I think there have been times when I don't really know who that person is or that person or whatever. I think there have been them times that
people have really strict parents, and the thing is, because you're really laid back with it, I would literally just stroll downstairs and be like, so I have a boyfriend, or I'm going on this date, or if you go, where are you going, I'll just be like, oh, I'm going for dinner with this person.
My only concern in it would, well, my concerns in it would be that respectable, that he was going to treat her right, that he was, and they would be my concerns, and that if sexual things were to come into it, that she was going to be careful. The fact that if she had a boyfriend wouldn't bother me in the slightest, like as long as all them things what I've just said were in place. And if they weren't, if he was a I don't want to swear, but you know, if he wasn't a good one, then I'd make it my business.
But then, but then how would you recommend someone telling their parents if they've got strict parents?
Yeah, I know, well, that's tricky, isn't it? Because then you're saying they've got strict parents.
Yeah, and a lot of people say they have strict parents. Oh, yeah. And a lot of people too.
So what do you do then? Yeah, but if you've got a strict parent, it's like you either tell them and they'll put a stop to it, or you go behind their back and do it. I'm sorry, but that's the two options, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you to go behind their back and do it. Whoa, no. So you've got to face telling them then. If you've got a strict parent that's going to come down on you for that type of thing, it's one of them two, isn't it? You tell them and face it, or you do it behind their back.
What's your opinion on experimenting with drugs?
Oh, yeah.
And it's a lot of people again
has
asked, because in this day and age, and I am so deeply shocked by this, but so many people do it. I don't know, I'm just not that way inclined at all. Going to university nowadays, everyone does it.
Yeah, I mean, I've been made aware of it because you've made me aware of it through you said everyone does it.
You never gave me the drug talk, I think, because obviously I think you knew I never would go. I would never take them.
That's what I was saying earlier.
But like, even some of the names of the drugs that I've said to you, you don't even know what they are. Like I've said to you, oh, have you heard about this? And you're like, I don't even know what that is.
The other day we were parked up having McDonald's. Naturally.
Oh, we were basically parked up having McDonald's, and we saw someone.
There was a car
in their car, and they were just basically
one car away from us.
Yeah, and they were just doing some stuff in the car.
I said to Anna, I looked at them, I said, Anna, what are they doing? I don't
know.
You
generally didn't know, and I just explained to Mum what they were doing, and Mum was like, do people really do that? And
I was really shocked that they, you know, and it's like, is he still going to drive? It's like, are the police going to come and like see to him and that? And I was really shocked, and I don't actually, because I don't see any of it. I just don't, it's not in my world. But Anastasia tells me that it's rife.
Nowadays, it is, and it's only getting worse, and I'm terrified for people like Ascas's age who are going up into school now, and then they'll go up into secondary school, then go to university. It absolutely terrifies me, because I know what it was like when I was at school. I know what it's like now, so God knows what it's going to be like when he goes into big school. One problem a lot of it at the time is peer pressure as well. You see a lot of other people doing it, and then you want to start doing it because it's deemed as cool, or all your friends are doing it.
But you were always stronger than that.
Yeah, but then I never was really with the group that did it anyway. No. Like, no one in my friendship group ever did drugs or anything like that. I was never peer pressured into doing that, like, thank God.
No, but you have since then been...
I have since then been in situations, but I'm just completely strong enough to be like, I'm not that type of person, I don't want to do that. And I just feel like, if it is peer pressured, please do not give in to peer pressure. It is such a horrible thing nowadays, and it's such a hard world that kids are growing up in now. And I'm, like, so grateful that I'm kind of, like, out the school time of my life now, because I found it like quite hard anyway, let alone if I had all these problems mixed in with it. The last one is, how do you tell your parents about your mental health?
Okay, I can sort of talk about this a little bit. I think it's hard, but
because again, it's very individual.
It's really personal. I think depending on what stage you are with your mental health, the most important thing is to get help. If that's medication, then so be it. If you're younger, then obviously that has to involve your parents. So basically, it is so important that you just got to have that conversation. You have got to be open.
The longer you bottle it up,
can't bottle that type
of
thing. You cannot bottle that up and think it will go away, because it doesn't go away, and it has to be dealt with.
It's a massive.
I can't stress how much that, you know, if any of you are suffering with depression
or any other mental health issue,
yeah, not just depression, you know, that's just, you know, across the board, or just say mental health. You know, it's like, that's an umbrella term, isn't it, for so many different things. If any of you are suffering, you go and you get that help, and that's either your mum, your dad, another family member, or, you know, a doctor if you're old enough to go without your parents. You go and you get that help, because you have one life. No one has to suffer. No one should have to suffer. There is help out there.
That is the end of this video. I really hope you guys have enjoyed. I know it was a little bit deeper than my normal eating.
Sometimes it's needed, isn't it?
Sometimes it is needed.
People need that help. 100%.
I feel like it was a bit like a girl talk, girl advice, and I hope it felt like you were like sitting in the room like having a chat with us. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please smash a huge thumbs up, and other than that, I will see you very soon for a brand new video. Mwah. Bye.